This is Epic Book Recaps, a podcast that offers complimentary audio summaries of influential non-fiction books, making learning a smarter experience. Invincible, Achieve More, Suffer Less by Vázquez. A superior edition of you. Delve into Stoicism, an enduring philosophy that places happiness and self-realization at its pinnacle. Stoics believe that genuine happiness stems from fulfilling our potential and decreasing the gap between our actual selves and our potential selves. It is built on the foundations of virtue and tranquility. Virtue, or arete, refers to our actions' excellence, which propels us towards our potential. Stoicism highlights four cardinal virtues. Wisdom enables us to perceive reality objectively, distinguish good from evil, and discern what we can influence. Courage, defined as taking right actions despite fear. Justice entails fair actions without seeking vengeance. Discipline, indispensable for personal liberation and overcoming hindrances. Concentrate on what you can control and convert roadblocks into opportunities. Stoics also underscore mental serenity, or ataraxia, as virtuous actions inevitably lead to tranquility. Stoicism instills in us the ability to deal with what we can control. Only what is within our control can be classified as good or bad. Everything else should remain indifferent. Are you prepared to unearth more intriguing lessons from the Stoics? Let's begin. Dealing with emotions requires clarity and objectivity. This can be achieved by examining things from various angles and not always presuming that there is only one right way. In the eyes of Stoicism, wisdom lies in the capability to observe meticulously. This skill will guide courage and discipline in the right direction and avoid expensive mistakes. To live in accordance with Stoicism, we must comprehend how our subconscious thoughts and emotions steer our decisions and behaviors. Therefore, it is crucial to be aware of mental processes and inward happenings by practicing introspection. This process includes questioning beliefs and automatic responses, steering clear of equating thoughts with facts, and refraining from forming hasty opinions. Put simply, it means taking a step back and observing everything. The influence of language on emotions is another pivotal aspect. Always utilize precise and objective terms, circumventing value judgments at all times. First impressions should be seen as possibilities, not as unwavering truths. Remember, sometimes a person could be anxious or shy, thus seeming rude or unwilling to engage. If you invest time in getting to know them, your impression of them might change. Visualize your emotions as hypotheses, not facts, for a clearer perception and rational decision-making. Developing mindfulness and self-perception takes practice. While automatic reactions were advantageous in ancient times, they could be detrimental in today's world. Hence, always question impulsive emotions before acting on them. Unthinking actions often result in negative events, and sometimes we cannot undo their consequences. The good life, eudaimonia, how do you achieve it? By adopting principles that govern your impulses and actions. Tilde Marcus Aurelius. Stoics concentrated on several emotions. Here are specific strategies focusing on the nature of our responses and how to manage them more productively. Fear. To conquer fear, analyze and accurately identify its origin. We must apply prevention strategies to avoid or minimize the risks involved and face what is feared to reduce unfamiliarity. Visualizing worst-case scenarios, known as negative visualization, can help alleviate their impact. Courage implies correct actions and confronting your biggest fears. Anxiety. We manage our anxiety by acknowledging that it is self-inflicted, mainly because we try to control what we cannot. Concentrating on the present and disregarding others' opinions helps mitigate it. As a byproduct of fear, anxiety can also be relieved by understanding and managing its underlying causes. Rage. To control anger, Emotionally distance yourself and assess the situation objectively. Then, determine whether real harm has occurred and if the reaction is suitable. Avoid unnecessary loss of tranquility to maintain a balanced attitude and prevent impulsive reactions. Shame. Facing shame involves analyzing its origin and distinguishing between justified shame and emotions based on random social norms. Accepting your appearance or situation while striving to improve it will set you apart. Remember, your worth is not solely dependent on external aspects. Remorse. Remorse is overcome by learning from past experiences and using them for future improvement. It is important to forgive ourselves and accept that errors are part of being human. Focus on the present and act in the now. Sadness. Managing sadness involves contemplating the purpose of suffering and recognizing that even though sorrow is inevitable, it should not be unnecessarily prolonged. A shift in perspective, focusing on the positive aspects of what was lost rather than the loss itself, and taking actions to honor the memory of the departed can alleviate sadness. Desire. Desire is contained by balancing your ambition to improve with the understanding that greed can lead to poor decisions. Channel the energy of desire towards productive goals and tasks and avoid impulsive or harmful actions. Establishing clear goals is a fundamental step towards achieving them. This clarity enables our minds to focus and guide our actions effectively. Ensure that these goals are personal and reflect individual values, avoiding those dependent on others' approval or judgment, such as the desire to be liked. Setting personal and relevant goals decreases anxiety and heightens the likelihood of success. In his Stoic wisdom, Seneca highlighted the importance of a balanced approach in goal pursuit. He cautioned against stubbornness, leading to tunnel vision and possible betrayal of our values. Simultaneously, he criticized fickleness, characterized by constantly changing goals without achieving anything meaningful. While these are important, they should not overshadow the importance of acting virtuously and developing good habits. As such, how we achieve our goals is more important than the goal itself. Establish healthy habits and adapt your strategies to the present rather than fixating only on the end goal. When planning, do not wait for the perfect situation. Plans are dynamic entities that must adapt and evolve. They serve as guidelines, not rigid rules. Adapting projects to individual realities and continuously striving for learning and improvement is more effective than sticking to an ideal but unattainable strategy. Finally, do not forget to evaluate the process. Measuring both results and processes gives a clear view of whether our actions are effective. Measurement boosts motivation and commitment. Also, true improvement comes from a continuous process, not from isolated actions. Repeatedly doing the same right things cultivates good habits, which in turn eventually generate positive results. Tolerating uncertainty and deciding with imperfect information is part of the path to success. It fosters curiosity and adaptability rather than the pursuit of absolute certainty. Did you know? According to a study conducted by Harvard University, individuals who set specific and defined goals are 63% more likely to achieve them than those who don't. In practice, Stoicism strives to achieve a richer and more efficient life. To genuinely live the Stoic principles beyond just theoretical understanding, it is crucial to convert ideas into tangible actions. Time management is another key component, and since it is a limited resource, it must be managed wisely and selectively. We might have only 24 hours in a day, but how we utilize them matters. Today, it is increasingly common to hear the phrase, "I don't have time." In response to this, Vázquez suggests we analyze and restructure our daily activities, eliminating what is unnecessary. This correction is vital to overcoming procrastination, often linked to a lack of clarity, fear of failure, or laziness. To counteract it, simplify tasks and define clear and achievable goals. This approach will keep you on track and prevent you from postponing tasks that could be accomplished today. Prioritize and simplify your goals to use your time efficiently and overcome procrastination. Perfectionism can pose another obstacle, so embrace mistakes as part of the learning process. Do not rely on motivation to do the right things. Instead, work on discipline. Another difficulty we may encounter in ending procrastination is the influence of our social environment on the habits we adopt and the decisions we make. To facilitate positive change, surround ourselves with people with similar goals and values. The Stoic view argues for a balance between solitude and companionship, choosing friendships that foster personal growth. It's effortless to assume that more friends is the best way forward, but not all friends are created equal. Instead, concentrate on quality connections that provide joy and support in your life. Whatever touches what's dirty ends up getting dirty. Epictetus. Throughout our lives, we will encounter numerous situations that can divert us from our plans and good intentions. However, from a Stoic perspective, these challenges are opportunities to strengthen ourselves and exercise discipline rather than negatives. Stoicism emphasizes 3 common obstacles that can prevent us from achieving our goals: adversity, temptation, and criticism. Facing adversity begins with accepting reality as it is, staying calm, and understanding that obstacles are opportunities to become stronger. According to the Stoics, adversity is not negative, but an impartial circumstance that can be used to cultivate discipline. The examples of Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus on dealing with pain and limitations exemplify this attitude of acceptance and detachment. Regarding temptations, we must recognize the unending nature of desire and the consequences of succumbing to it. Cognitive distance is a tool that diminishes the power of our objects of desire, enabling us to align our actions with our personal convictions. Find ways to limit the stimuli leading to succumbing to temptations. For example, if you find it hard to resist eating candy, buy fewer foods with high sugar content or replace them with those with lower amounts. Reduce your exposure to them to cognitively distance yourself from the source of temptation. Plan your frequent responses and modify your environment to strengthen your determination. Dealing with criticism involves maintaining a balanced attitude. Evaluating and listening to criticism is essential, but it should not negatively impact your peace of mind. Work on your self-esteem and confidence regardless of what others think. To do this successfully, remember that these actions take time. Patience is a determining factor in the process of personal improvement and growth. If you want to succeed in keeping your thoughts in the present, you can appreciate each minor achievement and understand that significant changes take time for sustainable and fruitful progress. Treat adversity as an opportunity for growth and stay calm in the face of criticism, remembering your values. No matter where we are in life, Stoicism is a valuable philosophy that guides us towards a happier and more meaningful existence. Its teachings are based on the pursuit of happiness or self-realization through the development of virtue and tranquility. The 4 main virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and discipline, act as pillars for us to reach our potential and live according to the correct values. To incorporate Stoic teachings into daily life, display determination, and avoid procrastination. Simplifying tasks, overcoming perfectionism, and surrounding ourselves with like-minded people are effective strategies to achieve our goals. In conclusion, Stoic philosophy reminds us that we are responsible for our happiness and success. Even in a world full of challenges, we can remain true to our values. Which practical steps will you take to integrate these lessons into your life? Take these actions. Reflect on your virtues. Identify how you can incorporate wisdom, courage, justice, and discipline. Set goals aligned with your values, not with external expectations. Surround yourself with positive influences. Choose friends, mentors, and environments that support your goals and reinforce the values that matter most. To delve deeper into Stoic philosophy and its fascinating history, check out these headway summaries: Life of the Stoics, Meditations of Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca, Letters of a Stoic. Hypothetical objection: Stoicism sounds like a complicated philosophy. I'm not sure I can apply it in my everyday life. Response: while Stoicism does have deep roots in philosophy, its principles are surprisingly practical and straightforward to apply in daily life. It emphasizes focusing on what we can control, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, and striving to live virtuously. These are things we can all work towards in our lives, regardless of our philosophical knowledge or background. Hypothetical objection: I don't have time to study and understand Stoicism. Response: understanding Stoicism doesn't need to take much time out of your day. You can start by incorporating small changes based on Stoic principles, such as focusing on what you can control and not worrying about what you can't. You can also read summaries and key takeaways from Stoic texts that can be easily found online. Over time, these small changes can lead to significant improvements in your life. Hypothetical objection: I'm not sure I can change my mindset and become more Stoic. Response: change, especially when it comes to our mindset and habits, can be challenging. But remember that Stoicism isn't about being perfect, it's about striving for improvement and living according to our values. Start small, identify areas in your life where you can apply Stoic principles, and gradually build from there. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.